Let's go!
Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me?
In the words of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, that just happened.
Oh my God!
We are all witnesses to one of the greatest college football games ever.
No. The greatest
okay, all right.
college
That is
football
the greatest
Not
football
one
game
of.
I've ever seen.
Well, here's what I will say. I think it's the greatest game in Folsom Field history.
I'll co-sign.
It's the best game I've ever seen with my eyes in person.
Yeah, me too.
I'll co-sign.
I was just walking out of the stadium and I just kept turning to Allie and being like, I don't think people understand what just happened.
No, that just happened.
Like, we're going to be talking about this game forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, obviously the stakes were a little higher in Miracle at Michigan because it was two top 10 programs. Mm-hmm. But that's the second version of Miracle at Michigan. You just don't have it happen where you throw what was the yardage?
For what?
Far.
The touchdown at the end of the game.
Oh, I mean, I'll find it here in a
All right.
second.
I mean,
Far.
you just don't throw a 50-yard Hail Mary on the last play of the game with 2 seconds left, and then
43.
a 43-yard Hail Mary on the last play of the game with 2 seconds left, and then cause a forced fumble at the 1-inch line and win every day or every decade or every century.
Yeah.
Like, that is a one-of-one type of win that we just witnessed.
Real quick, the
Go
DNVR
ahead.
Postgame Show is presented by Game Time. Shout out to Game Time.
Hell yeah.
Download the app, sign up with the promo code BUFFS, get $20 off your first order.
What time is it?
Game Time.
Game time. Real important to get that in.
It is.
Let me give a shout out before we get all to the stuff that we already got to. God bless Cameron Silman Craig for making that tackle.
What an unbelievable
Because the
player.
play before the fumble, if that doesn't happen, we're not sitting here with blenders on.
No.
Great point.
Great open
Cameron
field tackle.
Silman Craig balled out from daylight, dry, rain, all the way to the game ending in overtime. Like in that play right there, because it was one of those plays where in your mind or if you're watching the game, okay, we'll just go into double overtime.
Yep.
And you didn't know then what was going to happen next. And without that play, the next thing, man, Mike. And Cameron Silman Craig, by the way, sat right here. So
He did.
Yeah.
There's a new blessing that happens from coming on.
I think
the
so.
DNVR pregame show.
I think so.
Last week it was Nakai Hill Green. He had one of the best games of his career. And then Cam. Here's what I'll say about Cam. And there's a million different ways we can go right now, but I just want to say this about Cam. He's such a player, man, and he. You hear about guys who leave it all on the field, but he leaves it all on the field every play, and. Even when he doesn't make the play, like he had a chance to on the 4th and 1 that ended up in a touchdown, you can always, for lack of a better term, go to sleep at night knowing that he was giving 100%
Cam
on that
Silman
play.
Craig,
and no one wanted to make that play more than him. And that exactly is demonstrated by him going down and making the play at the 2-yard line in overtime. It's like, you can always count on Cam to give 100% effort on every single play, and that cannot be said about a lot of guys.
He is the very blanket of freedom you sleep under every night. We should all, as Americans, be thanking God that we have Cameron Silman Craig in this country.
I'll be thanking God a lot tonight, man.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
are overly blessed and highly favored.
I tweeted at the 12-minute mark in the second quarter. Cam already had 6 tackles.
Yes. And last year when Shiloh was leading in the safety position in tackles, it's because people were getting back there to him.
Oh, yeah. He's
Cam is
Cam is going
line of
up to
scrimmage.
the line of scrimmage. And so it's a different standard when he from the safety position is leading this team or this game in tackles because he goes after the ball. The beauty of this game, guys, how we do these shows post-game, we go like first, second, third, fourth quarter. We're just right there in overtime. It's like the rest of the game doesn't matter.
The whole game is a blur to me at this point, and the after the game is like what I live for, honestly. It's why I've gone to every single home game but 2 for the last 20, what year is it? It's 2024, 23 years.
How was your alcohol intake today?
Great. I'm doing great.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm
Good for you, man.
I'm 32 now. I'm responsible as fuck. I truly mean it when I say that is why I go to every single game. I've gone to every single game but 2 for the last 23 years for moments like that where I'm with my fiance and I'm with my best friends and we're all hugging each other after something like
And
that
you go
happens.
Mr. Krabs on
And
them.
like I am full Mr. Krabs and the rain is coming down and I'm soaking wet. And it's just like, this is what it's all about. This is why we go through all of the bullshit and all of the tough losses in the Stanford. I don't even care about saying that tonight. And you know, the Nebraska and Washington State, all of the Washington State games, it seems like, and all of the like pain that you endure as a fan is all so that you can have a moment like tonight where when everything feels lost and your head is down and you're just saying like, please, if there is a God, help us right now. And there's 2 seconds left in the game and the ball is in the air and the whole crowd goes silent. And then it lands in LaJohntay Wester's hands and you get to have that moment of elation of where everything is gone and nothing else matters except right there, right now, man. It's truly, it brought me to tears in the moment because that is like why you do it. It could bring me to tears right now because all of the pain and all of the suffering is worth it when you get to have moments like that.
This is exactly why we love the game of football.
Yep.
This is exactly why fans follow the team, endlessly, day in, day out, through the offseason. This is why we go to games like this. This is why we get so excited. It's why we're here. This is the greatest game in the world, and we just saw exactly why, because it really isn't over until it's over sometimes.
And energy is real.
Yes.
Shout out to the fans who stayed. It was drizzling.
Yep.
It was raining. They go up 2 scores on some fluke stuff. Looks like, oh, man, here we go again. Come out after halftime, we're doing our thing. Looks like, oh, man, here we go again. And the fans never wavered. And here's why I want to shout out to good energy. Because I'm not going to sit here and play like good energy matters, but bad energy doesn't. Why we got to stick together as a fan base. When the wheels wobble or the wheels come off, it leads to moments like this. Like, here is a program that no matter which way you cut it, you can hate Coach Prime, you can hate Travis, you can hate RK. I don't know why you would, but you can.
A lot of people do these days.
Yeah, oh no. Get in the line, the Neely line. It goes around the building. I say all that to say this is a damn good football team with damn good coaches, and we're headed in the right direction. 5,408 days since we played a Big 12 game. We get it at home in the rain, going to overtime and win.
Yeah.
We are 1-0 in the conference.
Oh, I mean, there are a lot of lessons that were learned from this game, and that's a good thing to talk about maybe later in the show or maybe tomorrow or another day. But tonight is just about appreciating what
I thought you were going to say tonight we feast. Like it was like a Viking movie.
Tonight
Sure.
we
Yeah.
feast.
Why
Tonight
not?
we feast on the miracle that we just witnessed, and I've told you guys many times that I need a little more God in my life.
I think you do.
I might go
think
to
you
church
do.
tomorrow. I
Don't
I
go
feel
too.
like I owe him one. I owe him one.
You don't want to go too far too fast. You want to baby step this so you can keep up with it.
Maybe like I could watch Pastor Smith like
Online.
Yeah, we got like an online thing.
Yeah,
That's a good step
from
for
the
me.
comfort of your bed.
Yeah.
You can
exactly.
cash app a tithe or two if you want to, but don't like go full in.
If Pastor Smith has
He's here.
an sermon tomorrow, I'm
He's
in
here.
on that.
Yeah, he's here. Oh, well, that's a deal breaker there.
Yeah.
Man, what a game, what an environment. We knew as we sat here in the DNVR pregame show and talked about the keys to victory. We talked about that we're going to need fewer penalties. First half only had 2. One of those was right at the close of the half. We talked about, not turning the ball over, all the football coach speak. And this team, even when we were down on the scoreboard, you just felt like we weren't playing a team that was better than us. And so you knew you had a chance.
No, that was so frustrating.
Yeah, it was very frustrating because they're up, but they're not better than us.
No.
When you were in Oregon last year and they were up, they were better than us.
Oh yeah.
You were at Washington State last year and they were better than us. But this was a game where it's like, no, man, we got this if we just stop gift wrapping and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me deal with some of the bads first, man. And I was just gathering myself and do like Coach Prime. Thank you, Lord.
Special teams.
The two of you know I'm the special teams guy.
Yeah, you love special teams.
I love special teams. It's one damn play, and you got one play in that series to make it right, to go down there and make something happen. And I don't know if we could have bungled special teams any worse tonight than we did.
And in the first half, you give up a punt return that gets them into field goal range. They do almost nothing after that and get 3 points. And then, of course, you give up a kick return for a touchdown. That's 10 that's 10 points in the first half that you end down 7.
Yeah.
And 10 of them come
off of special teams.
Directly from special teams. And it was just like, what is going on? Because you're right. It's like, there's no way that this team is better.
Nope.
And you've gift wrapped them 10 points, which in a football game, man, 10 points is a lot of points to gift wrap the other team. And it completely shifted the way that Colorado had to approach the game and the way that Baylor was able to approach the game.
Yeah, man, you two know, and the audience out there knows, that when I talk about special teams, I also talk about playing complementary football. Mate does his thing, we punt it down there. I would have rather the guy run 60 yards untouched and get touched 5 times.
Yeah.
And that's what led to the field goal. Shout out to the defense.
Well, if you like untouched, you'll love the kick return touchdown.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Are you guys done? We've been on 12 minutes and we haven't mentioned Travis Hunter once.
Hold on.
You know that's coming.
Well,
let him finish. Let him finish the special teams.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the bad so we can just get done with it.
All right.
Special teams has got to get better for this team. We are too talented. The guys who make up that unit, who come from the other units, the guys who just play special teams only. Chris Hudson is in the house. He's going to join us. But he knows firsthand the value and the importance of special teams in complementary football. We can't continue down this road in conference play and have that happen to us.
Amen. All right, let's get back to celebrating.
Had to get the bad out.
Travis Hunter is the best player in the country. He is the best football player entering this NFL draft in April.
Yes.
He should go first overall. He should win the Heisman Trophy.
Absolutely.
He is a football unicorn. I've never seen anything like him in my life.
I mean, here's the crazy thing, man. We talked about this in week 1. We talked about this a little bit before the season. But Travis Hunter was already one of the best players in America last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year, he adds 17 pounds of muscle, gets faster, and now all of a sudden he's a hitter?
Yeah.
That is one of the most clutch plays I've ever seen,
but
bro.
I'm not just talking about that play. He had a tackle for loss early in the game for -4 yards. He blew a guy up in the backfield.
And he was going to throw the guy down. He's like, no, I'm not going to get the penalty.
Yep.
And then, of course, he had another one, and it all comes down to him putting his helmet and shoulder pads on the ball with the game on the line after getting roasted in Nebraska for what people were saying was a business decision when he's on the goal line and trying to reach for a guy. And in that one, he sticks his face in there and wins the football game. That is a new thing for Travis Hunter. Not that he didn't have the want to before, but the ability and the strength and the toughness to be able to go make that play has to do with the transformation that he's made in his body.
Well, he said at the presser, like he wanted to shut everybody up. I'm paraphrasing, that he's heard people say he can't hit and can't tackle. All he does is cover. And so he is embracing with his new 17 pounds of muscle, I'm going to knock you on your ass. Like, I want to now.
Yeah. I mean, he's moving faster than you. He's smarter than you. And he's tougher than you. And now he's just as strong as you.
Travis Hunter had 7 receptions for 130 yards on 10 targets.
What game is this now?
On defense,
5 in a row with 100 yards.
With 5 in a row.
On defense, he had 3 total tackles, 1 forced fumble. I mean, he's unbelievable, bro.
Yep.
The play where it's like they are in desperation mode, and it's like everyone knew Travis is starting to get the ball. And Shedeur drops back. Travis is running that post.
Yeah.
And Shedeur lets go of the ball. Travis sees it, and he puts his head down and accelerates, bro, to get there to make the catch. And as you said, between 3 guys.
On a wet field.
Yes.
Yeah. I think of him in a way like I think of Nikola Jokic, where I'm like, what would happen if you just gave him the ball in the post every play?
Yeah.
It's like, what would happen if you just threw it up for Travis every play?
What are they going to do? Send 5 people back there?
It's like 40% of the time it's going to be a catch, 40% of the time it's going to be PI, and maybe 20% of the time the ball ends up on the ground.
That's exactly what he said in the press conference. He said, with our receiving core, it's not 50-50, it's 80-20.
Yeah, and maybe it's 60% of the time it's a catch, 20% of the time it's a PI.
Right.
We got a guy in the building, in the room, that knows about that position. Even when you walk down that hallway, he's got a trophy down there. Chris Hudson, why don't you run over here real quick? Tell us what you think about Travis Hunter. Well, don't run. Just, Chris Hudson in the building.
Give him a proper introduction.
Hey, man, a man like Chris Hudson, like I said, when you walk into the Champion Center and he walked to the microphone and then turned around. So he kind of killed his introduction. Okay, he's coming back. You come in, what is that hallway called with the trophies?
Legacy Hall.
Legacy Hall. See, I knew it had a real name. And you come down that road, you got to put the headset on, brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He up there in Memphis now, so we got to work with him a little bit. There he is. There he is. You come down that hallway and you see all these awards given to the best player at a particular position. And we have a guy who played here in Colorado, knows something about winning awards as the best corner in the nation.
Yeah, let's just talk about it. Didn't just play here.
Yeah.
Jim Thorpe Award winner, 1994. Consensus All-American, 1994. Two-time first-team All-Big 8, 1993 and 1994. Of course, an NFL draft pick and had a long career in the league, man. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate that,
Thank
man.
you, man.
When you see the Buffs as a former player here and a guy, again, who has trophies in that hallway, what are you thinking? What are you seeing?
Man, last year, I can see it. I knew it was going to be change, Deion. I knew it was going to be hard. Coach Prime. Travis Hunter, oh, man, he was all of that. And you can just see it. And this year, I knew it would come together.
Yeah.
And he's continued to build, man. The team is coming together. You can see it because they're starting to come together. And you saw it last game. And they starting to love each other. And they just starting to put everything together just because you have to come together to move forward in any sport. And these days it's hard because of the NIL. But watching it last weekend, then seeing it this weekend, and man, they never quit. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I mean, let me see, when I was here in 94, September 24th, that's when the Michigan play happened.
Yep.
And then this happened.
Yeah.
And when things like this happen, you know that they have worked for it. Mm-hmm. And that's what's so elating. When you look at it, it's like, they deserve it because you can tell the work that they put in.
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't the first thing that crossed your mind when that ball landed in LaJohntay Wester's hand.
I was so happy, man. I was so happy because, like I said, watching them play, you can just tell that they have worked and worked and worked and worked. And then just to see it, and then it took me back to, man, it's just like Michigan game. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just hope it just continue. The guys continue to gel together and have that attitude to not quit. Because as long as you're together, it's hard to break that. And
I got to throw this in when I talked about our special teams earlier. Shout out to their special teams for missing that field goal. Because when that math changes, like I think some folks would have went for the exit then because now it's 10-point game.
Well, and again, that's why I'm talking about like miracle. I think is a real word that belongs alongside this game. That kicker's really good, man.
Yes.
I talked about that yesterday after I watched them play. I'm like, oh man, this guy, he hit like multiple 50-yard field goals this year. He's dialed, and something shined upon us tonight that allowed him to miss that one. Maybe the rain helped a little bit, but it's a beautiful thing.
I ain't gonna sit here and say God don't like Baylor, but he sure love Colorado. Because
the Baylor Baptists are gonna hate that. You said
I'm just saying. All right, go. You about to ask us something?
No, I was just gonna say, man. I feel like there has to be a special type of belief that exists within a team to pull off something like that. And obviously, you were part of one of the most famous ones of all time. But if you walk out there with 2 seconds left on the clock, 43 yards to go, kind of with your tail between your legs, you're not going to be able to pull something off. But there's something about whether you have Cordell Stewart back there or Shedeur Sanders back there where you're just like, we can do this, man. This is possible.
Yeah, pretty much, man. It started at the top, man, with Coach Brown. We're so happy that he's here, man, because he has made a big difference it's a different style, right? Yeah. But it's his style. Yep. And it starts at the top. But
that armrest is giving you hell, man. Let me help you.
Nah, man, come on, man.
We play like that.
But watching that and people build off of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it started in March when football is nobody's thinking about football. Mm-hmm. And then it continues over the summer, and then it comes into the fall where time to play. And just watching them, man, it's just like you can just see it. You can just see it. And it's not just the Hail Mary, it's just different plays. You know, everybody got skills on both sides. Everybody's scholarship players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to see them gel together like they're doing, that's when I'm happy because you can feel it. And I know y'all can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
feel them.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I witnessed 2 times. I wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
I was at the same place. I was watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to be there, to be a part of the Cordell, then to be a part of this one with Shedeur, man, it was amazing feeling, man. And all of that just come from hard work. I really believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any words to describe Travis Hunter?
Man, I never seen anybody like that before. The closest one was Westbrook, Michael Westbrook. He was the closest. But man, that kid right there, man, he's very smart. He's just not skilled, you know. He's a very smart player. So that's what you can tell he's a student of the game.
And I love that because I think so many people, we get so excited over his physical acumen, we forget how much he studies. Like when Coach Prime drops his screen down and they put up the hours of film watched, he's leading in it. When you see what he does in the weight room and studying and films, like people forget the mental preparation and the physical preparation. He's not just like this gifted athlete that's resting on that. Like he puts the work in.
Man, that's what it is. A lot of people don't understand that. They're gifted in their skills.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain point, like when you make it to the NFL, everybody is really gifted, you know, at that point.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a mind game, it comes mental. Everything is mental. So he puts it all together. Then he's so athletic too. But you can just tell that he's a smart player, and he uses his offense for his defense because he knows what a receiver is going to do. Yeah. So it's hard to put that together on the defensive side because he can easily play. Everybody mimic each other as far as plays, right? And offense plays in stages. So he understands the stages of the game. He understands if you're close to the sideline, you only can go inside. If you're close to the inside, you only can go outside. Or if you're crossing early, you know, he understands that because as a receiver, he would want the same advantage to get, you know, line out far so I can get inside. He understands it. So that's what makes it even more special because you can tell he uses that to his advantage.
I can't believe I'm just remembering this. But as I walked in, so I came into the stadium this morning or this afternoon, and I went straight to the bathroom. And when I walked into the, just hang with me.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
When I walked into the bathroom, I swear to God, they were playing Larry Zimmer's call of the Miracle at Michigan.
Oh, man.
First thing I heard when I walked in the stadium was Larry Zimmer's call of Miracle at Michigan. Rest in peace, Larry Zimmer.
Yeah.
He was looking down on this. A lot of people were looking down on this tonight, man. I can't believe that.
Now people are going to take this the wrong way, but I got to ask, were you going in to do a 1 or a 2?
1. Just a 1.
Because if it was a 2, I was going to say, you know, Shedeur's 2.
Oh my
I was going to put it all together.
Get out of here.
No, I was going to, you know, put a nice little bow on it because that's some real synergy.
I can't believe that just hit me. My question,
cool
though,
shit,
is I don't know if it's ever been relevant to ask this question until right now. What was it like for you guys after that game? Like what did that do for you guys as a team to have pulled victory from the jaws of defeat like that?
And when you go into since we was in Michigan, we had the plane ride, so it was like a big high. Yeah. And by the time we got here, everybody was tired from the high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we came in that Monday, and it just brings you tighter.
Yeah.
Everything brings you tighter because the proof after coaches are telling you so much about sticking together, just to believe, just never quit, and then when it comes out, and it happens, and you're like, wow, it happened. You know what I mean? And you don't really say that to yourself like it happened. You just understand that it happens. It's almost like remembering what your mom told you and you done it and everything they taught you and you just, you know, I mean, it's, man.
Now I'm going to go back to like to our age range. Not that new Karate Kid stuff, the old one. Wax on, wax off. You think you learn how to paint a car. You think you learn how to wax a car, paint a fence, wax a car, but you learn the karate. And you see the light bulb go off in the players when they've been taught something, whether it's to believe or to perform or take this leverage away, and then it works. It's like, damn, So one thing I'm gonna say about all this, Chris, and the three of y'all tell me you agree or disagree. The Nebraska loss, the way we lost, and the way we were attacked for losing.
Yes.
And this win, I'm not gonna sit here and say this team is unbeatable. I'm gonna say this team is unbreakable.
Yes.
Because those two highs and lows have put this chemistry with this unit that they overbelieve now.
Yeah. When you say overbelieve, what do you mean? Like
that it's beyond the motto. Like it's not like just a slogan on a bumper sticker. Like you can't talk about this offensive line so negative that you break them apart. You can't talk about Travis ain't gonna get the Heisman because you're not gonna win game. Like whatever the stuff, the crap that goes on in the chatter, it's not bothering them, man.
Oh no, man!
They have come together now, and you see it. With again, post Nebraska, post this, and we just hours post this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, oh, most definitely, man. And sometimes when you get a loss like Nebraska in the way that we lost, and people are gonna make mistakes. That's the way of the game. NFL coaches tell me, "Hey, man, they're getting paid too." At the end of the day,
coaches make mistakes.
Right. The whole thing, and sometimes the team make. You get one or two mistakes. A player might play bad, different thing like that. But like Nebraska, it seemed like everybody just, you know what I mean, picked that day, you know. But at the same time, coach challenged them and they answered CSU. And then they came out this game. They was looking on and off a little bit. But you can just tell they want to do it and they want to do it for each other.
My man.
That's the difference. They want to do it for each other.
Hudson, we appreciate it, bro.
Man. Appreciate it, man.
1994 Jim Thorpe Award winner.
Thank y'all
Consensus All-American.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
My fault.
I walk by your trophy every day. And I high five.
Thank you, bro.
All right, thank y'all, man.
Chris Hudson in the building.
Hey,
a legend.
We are 3 days away from the 30-year anniversary of that play.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got to take a break. Shout out to our friends over at Game Time.
I love Game Time.
I hope you guys hit up Game Time and got in the door for this one because this was an instant classic. This finishes #1 in the instant classic rankings. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Folsom magic, as some would say.
Bro, the miracle at Folsom. I might try to come up with something better than that, but that's what I got tonight.
There you go. And you
pretty
can
good at
find
slogans.
You can find tickets for next week's UCF game and the rest of the games this season for the Buffs over at Game Time. Take out the guesswork of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
Also, shout out to Circle K. Last time when we were leaving here, I said I need to go to Circle K and get a Gatorade.
I need one right now.
I need it so bad.
Oh my God,
I need to slide through.
I would pee so red right now.
The Circle K, get me a Gatorade, maybe one of those breakfast burritos. Those actually slap.
It was clutch.
Yeah, no, super clutch.
My expectations were low, but it went well beyond it. I loved it.
Absolutely. So shout out to Circle K, man. Best deals on snacks, best deals on gas, especially when you become an Inner Circle Rewards member. You can also get in on those 79-cent Polar Pops, any size.
I would go big boy right now. I got to have 32 ounces or better, man.
I believe it.
My throat is like, wet me.
So download the Circle K app and sign up for the Inner Circle.
All right, Hudson, appreciate it, bro.
Inner Circle Rewards member for exclusive offers.
Shout out to Circle K Game Time, man. Could you say just anything for me right now, RK? I just want to hear your voice.
Jake, take us away.
All right. There's a lot to get to with this
it.
one, man. You guys hit special teams. We talked a lot about Travis. I'm sure we're going to talk about both moving forward, but where do we want to go?
I would like to specifically talk about, you said Travis Hunter is the best player in America?
Yeah.
I think Shedeur Sanders might be the most clutch player in America.
Brady mode. Legendary.
Yeah.
And people will, I'm sure, wring their hands over this because they're, obviously Colorado has a lot of work to do to be one of the best programs in the country.
Sure.
But I don't care whose team is out there, whose offensive line is out there, whose receivers are out there. If you tell me I've got to make something happen and I've got a minute or 2 minutes on the clock in the first half or the second half, give me Shedeur Sanders over any other player in the country, bar none, hands down. And it's not just what led to the Hail Mary. It's the first half too. And it was the first half against North Dakota State as well. And it's the end of Colorado State last year. Mm-hmm. When this team needs a miracle, Shedeur Sanders is there for it. What he did at the end of the first half, I mean, first of all, the 14-yard scramble that could have been an 8-yard sack
Yeah.
that would have absolutely ended the drive and had this team down 14 at least going into halftime. He scrambles out of that, makes that play. Then he ducks out of a sack and throws the ball to Omarion Miller, who has an incredible individual effort to get into the end zone. But this guy, when push comes to shove, when everything is on the line, when you need something to happen, you want the ball in number 2's hands. Straight up, bar none. And that goes for anyone in the country. There's no one I'd rather have.
I mean, it's what makes them great. That's what great players do, man. Shedeur didn't even have a great game, start to finish. But you knew, when they get the ball back after that missed field goal, I mean, I knew that Shedeur was going to make this close. And he had 2 chances to do it because Will Sheppard dropped the ball on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
What a crazy play.
Yeah.
And Shedeur, I mean, he kind of said in the press.
What about that Will Sheppard they overruled, though?
Oh, yeah.
And Travis should have 170.
I mean, just the effort he made to one-hand that thing and bring it down. Will Sheppard was our guy, Jake, pre-gaming it.
Yep. But Shedeur, I mean,
I had LaJohntay.
You did.
He said in the post game that, winning is just all that mattered there because he took 8 sacks today. He took off with the ball multiple times. Like, he was clearly laying it all on the line for the Buffs to get this win tonight.
Oh, man. And I saw Shedeur before he got on the elevator to go see you guys in the press conference room. And, I was kind of hoping that he would be, on the level that I was on. And this goes to the way that Neely walked into this room. He 100% approached that like business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is what he expects to do in that situation. 43-yard Hail Mary as time expires is not special to him. He's just we made the play that I expected to make. It was unbelievable. I was literally telling him, I'm like, bro, that was one of the greatest games of all time. He's like, really? I was like, yes. He threw a Hail Mary on the last play to tie the game. Like, what are we talking about here?
Because he thinks he could have played better.
He had absolutely said that.
And he expects to throw that pass in that moment.
Yes, yeah.
So when I
dude's not human.
When I walk in this room, and I know, you're a CU guy, love it. I'm with all that. And you were here, and I was here, and you're like, Neely, what's wrong? It's like, man, I've seen it before. And when I'm telling you, when I'm watching this game, and I know that if we got the ball in Shedeur Sanders' hands, and if the clock and the math, the score, make it possible, I bet and believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, they make that field goal, we ain't getting 10 points in that time.
No.
But if it's a 7-point or less game, an 8-point or less game, and we got Shedeur Sanders, and then you throw in a Travis Hunter, LaJohntay Wester, or Jimmy Horn Jr., or Micah, you give him this many pieces, I have no reason but to sit there and believe it. And the reason is I've seen it before. Yeah. I've seen us on the road down at Alcorn at Jackson State, and he finds Travis in the back pylon. The game we're supposed to win that we're about to lose does it. I see him at the Celebration Bowl. I see him blow out. He finds a way, and the thing you talk about his energy in the elevator, he makes the people around him believe because he believes. And then when you see it so much at practice and games, it's like, man, we got time. He could pull this off. It reminds me of old Super Bowl story. 49ers trying to come back and win. Everybody in the huddle is in a panic. And Joe Montana says, hey, man, it's John Candy.
Yep.
And everybody's like, what? What? How are you noticing John Candy in the end zone?
Right.
We're about to lose the damn game. It's because we're not about to lose the game.
Yep.
And that's when I see Shedeur operate, I'm like, he sees John Candy. He's not worried.
Yeah.
And it makes you, if you're standing near him, like, well, shit, why am I worried?
Yeah.
And then he does it.
Yep.
That's
belief.
The word of tonight is resiliency.
Oh, yeah.
Shedeur talked about it. Travis, he wasn't having a great game. I think it was middle of the third quarter. He had 3 receptions for 45 yards. He literally just said you're going to see it on TV, but he goes to the sideline. You might have saw it, start of the fourth quarter, and he was losing his mind.
I pointed it out to everyone around me, yeah.
And then from that point on, he took over both sides of the ball. He bounced back. Shedeur bounced back. LaJohntay, how many drops did he have?
I lost count.
So he bounces back, makes the play of the game.
Yeah.
Omarion Miller is just nowhere to be heard from all year, and then
season.
comes in and makes a play that completely changes the game.
And he could have just given up on the play because he was almost down. He could have gone down, but he kept his knee off the ground, and it's like, man, I didn't go down. I'm gone.
The offensive line, I mean, obviously Shedeur was under a ton of pressure, but they ran, as Coach Prime said, they ran in that last touchdown.
We did.
Yeah.
And we got some. Look, guys, we won. And you know how we are about winning. Hell, we won. Mm-hmm. I don't do the ugly wins, pretty wins. Like, we won. But we do have some things to work on. Like, they went after our freshman, left tackle tonight. Like, they did some things, to exploit what we need to work on.
They moved the offensive line like crazy tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. And we said yesterday, they've got a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think that is maybe what makes this win more palatable to me, is because they did the things that made us lose games last year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You give me this look last year, we might lose this game by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
8 sacks, did you say?
Yes.
Bro, if we got sacked 8 times last year, other than the Nebraska game, where that happened.
Here's
Eight
the
sacks for
thing that-
52 yards,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Half a football field.
That happens last year. We lose this game by a lot. And so that's why I walk away from this, because we talked about Baylor's defensive line yesterday. These guys are good. I didn't think they were quite as good as Nebraska, but they're up there.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know how many more defensive lines in this league are going to be as good as those guys. And they did the thing that makes this team lose, which is get after Shedeur.
I got a slightly different twist on it. Totally agree with you what you're saying, but let me play a little devil's advocate here. The 8 sacks tonight, the reason we lose the game last year with 8 sacks is because we had 8 damn penalties with them.
Yeah.
Like tonight, we went into halftime with only 2. And minutes before halftime, it was only 1 with 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we played clean ball tonight. As much as you follow this team, Jake follows this team, I follow this team, the folks out there watching follow this team, no one in the world would have thought we would effed up that much on special teams tonight.
No.
The one thing that you just totally think, well, we ain't got to worry about that. Like, that won't happen.
Well,
Happened.
shout out to you, because your sleeper Mata was probably the most consistent player on special teams
I pulled
tonight.
Mata pre-game. I said, I always show him, like, I text, the player the stuff. I said, look, Mata, I said 2, baby.
That was probably the
I said,
best kick of his
you're going to
career.
avenge yourself. He said, Coach, I got you.
That 43-yarder is probably the best kick of his career.
The
perfect.
extra point, right,
Oh,
to
yeah.
tie it up.
Yes.
Did you see him, like, come on.
Yeah.
Call another timeout. Like, come on, I'm going to make this.
That was unbelievable.
It's like the dude grabbed his nuts and was like, look, let's go.
I was screaming, shut. Trying to get everyone to quiet down. And he
Mine
goes,
was like,
"Come
no,
on,
bring it. I'm going
bring
to
it."
make
I
this.
was like, yes, let's go. That was a stressful moment, man. Let me just, like, there were so many moments in the last, 20 minutes of real life time that were just like unbelievable. Right before the last play. It's
the
just
difference between real life time and football time is amazing.
yeah.
It's like that 3 minutes felt like 3 hours.
The minute before the last play is just like, okay, well, like, let's pray for a miracle. And then he gets it, and I'm like, I'm losing my mind, but then I'm like, oh my God, we have to make an extra point. And then they call the timeout until it gets drawn out again. And as they call a timeout, I'm like, we should go for 2.
I'm thinking the same. I didn't even want to say it in the press box.
Evans asked me, my guy Chris Evans, Memphis 10 back there, he asked me, he's like, so like if we do this, do we just go for 2 and end it? I was like, no, you got
Yeah.
no.
Not with this
Like,
defense.
You take the moment.
Yeah, we just
Well, the defense was lights out too, man.
Yeah. Which, let me say, because nobody at the presser wanted to ask it,
That's why
I'll
Coach
say it.
Prime went for it.
defense so lights out, that's actually why I would have punted.
I mean, okay.
Because I would have made them go further instead of having a short field.
But
But nobody in the presser asked.
But I get trusting your defense, but it was a field position game from the start, and you just handed them the ball near midfield.
Yep.
And they drove down there and
Yeah,
did
and
exactly.
they did it. Like, we gift wrapped that score to them.
Yes.
They made all this happen.
and they took so much time off the clock. In
Oh,
that.
my God.
That was
How
brutal.
many damn third downs did they convert in that drive?
Yeah, that was tough. I just think so I'm always go for it. Just like I was saying, go for 2 at the end there. I think you want 4th and 5 or less there. If it's 4th and 5 or less,
Definitely.
you go for it.
Wasn't it like 4th and 8?
It was 4th and 8. That's
Well, and then
that's
Shedeur
asking
took a
lot.
sack too.
Yes.
Well, that's asking a
Yes.
lot when your line is
Yes.
getting bludgeoned the way that they were.
Well, and then we can go one play before that. I mean, Isaiah Augusta just slips, and he had nothing but green grass, man.
And Travis, being Travis, is like, why didn't you throw it to me? Shedeur's like, I threw it to a wide open guy.
Of course.
I don't know what to tell you.
Of course.
Travis was wider open though, when I looked at that play. I will say this, man. We tried, found, and utilized every tool we could to lose this game, and none of them worked. like the clock management at the end. We I think it was Tay gets a nice reception, and he's kind of walking back, celebrating to the line when we need to get set, and like 20 seconds burns off the clock. I'm like, guys, what are we doing? I think at that point we were either out of timeouts, only had one, and we just. But it was almost like, do I not see John Candy in the end zone? Like, are y'all seeing something I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
Because where's the sense of urgency in this?
Yeah, I guess they just knew. Shedeur's gonna throw.
There's John Candy.
The chat really wants to know how Feely's doing.
I will tell you from a spirit standpoint, when I typically like go charge up my stuff at halftime and leave it in there. So I went back in, and he was going through his treatment, getting his brace on. His spirits are well. Dapped him up, told him I loved him. Hang in there. He's appreciated, not a tear in his eye, but it does appear to be ACL, and that'll be confirmed. Probably confirmed right now, first thing in the morning. So it's going to be a big loss. Good guy for the team, high energy, and he went down there to make a play, man.
Dude, I mean,
he went down there to
you
make
got to
a play.
give him credit for
Yeah, he
even
went
on
down there to make a
the
play.
kick return that was it the play he got hurt? Was the kick return that they scored on?
Nope.
No,
But he
no.
still tried to get his head in there and make a tackle, man.
He was the closest person to making that tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
got
was so funny, or not funny. I hang with the specialists a lot, particularly at mealtime. Who would think that? And I asked the guys other morning. I was like, all right, what would you rather? You kick the ball off and you are the last man. Would you rather get bowled over or just totally miss? Diving with your eyes closed. And they were like, oh man, I want the effort. I'd rather get bowled over.
Of course.
And Feely was the one he slammed like, no, I wouldn't want to, whiff a guy. Like I'd rather go down making an effort. And he went down making an effort, man. You could tell it was painful. You could tell that, he understands the extent of it. But for situational, I don't think you could ask for his spirits to be higher, man.
Well, I
Shout
think
out
that's
to
why
Jay
he had
Feely.
a D on his chest last year.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because he tried to go and make that play. A conversation for another day, but we've got something to figure out on kickoffs without Jace.
Yeah, I think we got some guys in the stable that can get it to the end zone, and that's what you need. Like so, and we didn't talk about this on the DNVR pregame show, but Baylor came to town, 17 kickoffs on the season, 15 out of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean they hit them all.
And so the other two that they didn't kick in the end zone were intentional. So you knew that Jimmy Horn or whoever's back there ain't gonna get a chance tonight.
Nope.
And
Ball didn't even land in the end zone. It landed
No.
out
man, one time the
back of
damn
you.
I saw a saxophonist catch it.
Yeah.
Like
I think it landed in a tuba.
it's like, dude,
Why don't we have that?
we got to get it. We got to get the ball. Remove the chance.
All right.
Put Travis at kicker, bro.
If you are a kicker somewhere in America and you can kick the shit out of the ball, why would you not want to come to altitude?
Yeah.
Please, I'm begging you, come here.
If you look around this room, I'm talking to that kicker out there. We have a chair in this room for you.
Yes, right here, actually.
It would be
Specialist.
no, it would be right here. This is the specialist row.
Okay, we got to take another break.
Oh, let's take a break.
Shout out to our friends over at Bet365.
365.
The best book to bet on college
I
football.
didn't bet.
Neither did I. We followed our golden rule. I'm proud of us.
That's why we were shined upon tonight.
Exactly. But you can sign up and get their and cash in on their bet and get offer. All you gotta do is deposit $10 and then place a bet of $5 or more. Once that bet clears, whether it hits or misses, you'll get $200 in bonus bets deposited directly into your account.
Wow.
Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Shout out to Breckenridge Brewery who had us hooked up for the tailgate today. We appreciate them
I
deeply.
really enjoyed the tailgate, man, in the Breck Brew.
Bro, it was great to have you at the
Tailgate was
tailgate.
legendary.
Everyone was so excited.
I
that
had
you were there.
transpo, man. Normally I'm riding with the team or riding with Coach Jason Phillips. I had my own wheels today, and I'm going to give them a shout out. But I
And we
enjoyed
picked
the
you
tailgate.
up in the RV.
Yeah, we met in the RV and rolled
Yeah.
in there. So it was the first time the three amigos were in the rolling new RV. Like we've been in it, but we rolled. It was. I told Kenny Highway his new nickname.
Yeah, how do you
Our
what do you
guy.
think?
Kenny Highway.
He's not a man of many words.
He's not, but he embraced it. He's like,
Yeah.
I like that.
We're a nickname. We're nickname people.
You're gonna
That's
get
just
get
you,
a fucking
bro.
nickname around it. No.
Yeah, it's true. I am a nickname person.
No, well, it's the two of us because of Jakey Poo. Like you can go
That's
get a
true.
nickname around me.
You got to have a little nickname. And Kenny Highways. Kenny Highways didn't realize that he was like able to leave after the tailgate. He thought he had to wait for us.
no.
No, I asked him that.
Well, so I was just like, he said he thought you were saying that he needed to stay.
No, I was at I'm small talking, trying to get to know Kenny Highway because we're about to spend some hours together.
Yeah.
You know, in the coming days and weeks and months. So I'm like, da. I said, so tailgate, like, do you want to come to the game? Or are you going to hang out here? Or are you going back to the hotel? He's like, oh, no, man. Doesn't make any sense for me to leave. Game is on 3 hours. Just going to sit right here and wait on y'all. And I was like,
oh, no.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm not coming back here.
I told him, I was like, okay, so you're good to go. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go to IHOP and then I'll wait for you guys. And I was like, no, like you can just like go home.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I was like, yeah.
Kenny
So anyways,
Highway.
this has been a Breckenridge Brewery ad. Shout out to Breckenridge Brewery.
Chris Evans had his first Breck Brew. Chris, what'd you think about it? Are you asleep? He's asleep. Because that's how good Breck Brewery is.
Anyways, I'm going to get home tonight around 1 a.m.
Hell no, bro.
No, dude, it's 11:55 now.
All right, we're going to the bars. So I'm going to get a Breck Brew there.
Yeah.
I'll get home around 1:30.
Ish.
No.
What are you talking about? What's gonna
You
take
got to
so long?
drop me off.
At the bar, which is like an hour, or like 10 minutes away from my house. Anyways, I'll get home conservatively 1:45 a.m. I'm not going to sleep until at least 4. I'm going to rewatch the whole game and drink Breck Brews on my couch.
Shut up, Breck.
I'm going to rewatch them missing that field goal. Just rewinding it.
That's
and watching
an
that ball
interesting
go.
choice of plays to watch over and over again from this one.
Yeah.
Let me just say, we have 3,000 people watching. That's just on DNVR. We've probably got a chance to break our all-time likes record.
Hit the like button.
So let's hit the like button. We're already at 1,000. We can definitely get to 2,000.
And subscribe to both channels. Subscribe to the pregame show. Subscribe to DNVR Sports.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Speaking of the pregame show, and its silo, Chuck Bishop is here, who started pregame show with me at Jackson State, and this was his first game at Folsom Field.
Hell yeah.
Like, what a game for your first game.
Unbelievable.
Bro, I mean, there's so many great stories like that are going to come out from tonight.
Oh, yeah. 20 years from now, he's going to be like, I was there. We
Yes.
should go
Yep.
through this.
I ran into one of our listeners as I was walking into the building, and he said that this was one of his son's first games. Like, that's how you end up like me,
And you're on the
spending
way-
your whole life
Exactly.
following this program.
Is that on the way to the bathroom?
Nope,
or
that
the
was
way
on
out?
my way into this
Gotcha.
part of the building.
I enjoy your bathroom stories. The first floor
Stop,
toilet makes a
stop.
noise. No, really, this is a fundamental engineering issue. If you're in the Champion Center and you're what, Legacy Hall, as you say it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
That bathroom right off Legacy Hall. If you flush that toilet, do not panic.
Yeah, it flushes forever. Anyways, I mean, one of my friends didn't come to the game because he was too hungover, massive L. But because of that, his daughter got to come with his wife.
Massive-
She got to
massive
be here
win.
tonight, and I mean, the smile on her face because she was sitting 3 rows ahead of us. The smile on this is probably I'm gonna mess this up, but I'll say she's 8 or 9. The smile on her face is like the pure joy and elation that she could just feel from everyone around her. And obviously she understood what happened, at least to an extent, but everyone's so happy and hugging and there's tears and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Like, it was just so amazing to see like the pure unbridled joy on her face.
Shout out Piper, too, because she was at the game. She got to see
Yes.
that, man.
Piper,
Legend.
amazing.
Yeah, man. And for her to have been announced cancer-free after all that
Yes.
Beautiful.
was like, that just rocked, man.
Yeah, beautiful
That just rocked.
Another time where I teared up tonight.
You're teary tonight. Was it a lack of alcohol or just the true emotions of these moments?
I just love Folsom Field, man. It just makes me emotional.
You know, I'm with you there. I really enjoyed tonight. Great win. You two know, and people who tune in know, that as we were even back in the spring when the schedule dropped, and people were asking me, Neely,
Yes,
which games
you are.
looking-"
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Jake, for remembering.
Yes.
I told anybody who would listen, well, I want to go 1-0 each week. I know that coach talk, but I got 2 games circled in there back-to-back. And then there's that Big 12 opener at home and that first Big 12 on the road. And because win or lose or draw, they were going to be measuring sticks games for me on how Coach Prime has changed this program. And if you look at what happened tonight, and the way, and again, I alluded to it when Chris Hudson was sitting there, coaches fuck up too. Like, everybody grew tonight. And it really showed, hey, man, we're good enough to win the Big 12. And what happens when you go to the Big 12 championship and win that? You're in the damn playoffs. And so I know chat's probably going crazy right now because that's, oh, you. But, dude, like, we have nothing to hang our heads about as far as our talent, what our coaches bring to the table, the games ahead of us that can win. We can get Mitch Peggy to a bowl game. We can go to the Big 12 championship, and we can compete and win a Big 12 championship if we play ball the way we played tonight, if we fix special teams.
This team left so much meat on the bone tonight.
Yes.
I mean, the
For
8
love of God,
sacks.
protect Shedeur Sanders.
The 8 sacks. We had
Right
6
now, somebody should be
penalties
with
for
him.
45 yards. The drops.
Yeah.
Isaiah slipping on that third down.
Yeah,
I mean, how many the
We
special
put them in
teams
the
as you
game, man.
mentioned?
They were like we're better than they are. We're better
Yes.
than going into overtime with them.
100%.
I agree, and I always say, win and learn. That's the best way to do it.
I love that.
And you're 3-1 now. You've learned plenty of lessons through the first 4 games. You've got a whole new slate of 4 games ahead of you, and this team will get better
Yeah.
as long as they stay healthy.
I was about to say, I was touch your health. Love you, brother. UCF bye week, we get a lot of guys back.
Yep.
We get a lot of
Yes.
guys back.
So this team will continue to get better. They have to build on this stuff, but there's a world where they're 2-2, and we're having a very different conversation tonight. They pulled the rabbit out of the hat. They, had divine intervention help them out tonight, and it's a beautiful thing because now they're 3-1, and they can truly start to make a statement next week.
Yep.
Football fun fact, put on my Dallas Cowboys hat. If Roger Staubach was not Catholic, you wouldn't have the Hail Mary. Because he threw a ball one day and they asked him, Roger, tell us about that miracle play at the end. He said, I just reached back and threw it as far as I could and said a Hail Mary. And the play has been called Hail Mary ever since. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders for continuing the Hail Mary because he talked about it in the presser. We said, man, that was just God.
Overly blessed and highly favored.
I think it's
Fair,
time
fair,
to take
fair.
a drive.
Oh, let's go. We're taking a drive.
We're taking a
Going to
drive.
Receipt Street.
We're going down good old Receipt Street.
Going down good. Receipt Street needs a jingle. Let me see if I can come up
Can
with
you give
something.
Alyssa the headset so she can do this?
Oh, here we go. This is a big moment.
Lefty again.
Toss.
Oh
Catch.
my God, there was some heat on that.
Yeah, I put some
Execution.
heat on it. I had to get it to the end zone.
Officially on the hands team.
It's everyone's favorite post-game show segment. It's Receipt Street.
Receipt Street.
We don't have a lot tonight. Baylor fans, do they exist?
No, they don't exist. But
God doesn't
I'm
like
just going
them
to
if
say,
they do.
I could have gone through my mentions from the start of the game till probably the last drive where Shedeur tied the game, and I could have Receipt Streeted all that because everyone was losing their minds tonight.
I got a lot of weirdos in my mentions tonight. But this first one comes in. I actually have it in front of me here, Alyssa. It was delusional wrestling and football fan, which got that first part right. After last week, they said, it's so funny. This is y'all's Super Bowl because CU ain't winning any more games this season. Damn.
Got that wrong.
Didn't even take a whole week.
Receipt Street.
Yeah, you can Receipt Street the whole CSU fan base for that one because that was
Receipt
their
Street.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta
the
come
rallying
up with-
cry after
we gotta
last week.
come up with a jingle or something again for Receipt Street.
You
I
can.
feel like a button we
I
can
feel like it
hit.
should be a country song, like
Yeah.
a Willie Nelson style.
Hi, Willie Nelson, though.
Yeah, of course.
Jake, help us.
No,
with
it
that.
needs to be like a diss track, bro.
Oh,
Mixtape. Okay.
Okay, all
Let's
right.
work on that.
Kendrick.
Give me another
That's
Receipt
the point
Street.
of it.
I agree, but like Receipt Street seems like I can hear like the little banjo in there.
Please.
All
What's
right,
Can you
next?
drive me further down Receipt Street? That was
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
first
yeah.
block. I want to see what's around the corner.
All right, we're turning the corner. Oh, what's that? That's your cue, Alyssa.
College football nerds, a final note from watching that film, Travis Hunter is really, really small.
This is an old one.
Jackson State listed him at 165 pounds, and I believe it. He was very fast twitch in coverage, but really struggled getting off the blocks and tackling. He can't be an effective player in P5 at that weight.
Damn, I had that one in my receipts from long ago.
Receipt Street.
Really struggled tackling. Well, he just made the play of the game on the last play to
Yeah.
win the whole damn thing.
He's
Yeah.
been a fantastic tackler all season.
All
Yes,
season.
he has.
All season. And small, if he was small, the 17 pounds of muscle, he ain't small no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one thing I will give credit to college football nerds. Travis is nowhere near 165 anymore.
No.
like 185.
Either way.
I haven't posted yet, and I know everybody watches their own pressers, but you know that side view? When you watch the pregame show presser, look at Travis's guns
Oh yeah.
and the fear tattoo.
Bro, there's got to be a picture at the end of the game when the fans are rushing the field and Travis just standing there flexing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Can't wait. To
I
rewatch
saw it
this
on the
game.
big screen, and it was before they even announced the call was confirmed, but I was like, that is iconic right there.
It was.
We got more.
That was it.
Oh,
Well,
That was kind of a cul-de-sac of Recipet Street.
I'm telling you,
came
you
back
got to
around.
blame Baylor fans. They didn't bring it this week.
Well, I don't blame him, man, because clearly God ain't happy with something in Baylor because he loves
there's
Colorado.
plenty of things for God to not be happy with when it comes to Baylor University.
And Fort Collins. I've been there.
All right.
Let's take
Talk to the people.
let's take our final break and talk to the people.
What time do we start this show?
Just after 11.
We started this show. How much? Okay,
Yeah, we're almost at an hour.
we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Shout out UC Health and their Ready, Set, Co Challenge with Coach Prime as the chief motivational officer of the challenge to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. Big point of emphasis, which we're going to violate tonight, is sleep. Take care of your sleep schedule.
Well, I'm violating
No,
the hell out of that.
no. You're not violating it. Just sleep longer. Wake up later tomorrow.
Broncos played 11.
I'm too old for
shit,
that
you-
now,
yeah.
bro. I wake up at 8 no matter what.
Chris Evans is back there sleeping now.
But yeah, so there you go. Evans is taking care of Coach Prime's
Give him
initiative.
a thumbs up.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in the chat who, as soon as this is done, they're going straight to bed. So
Hey.
shout out to y'all.
Shout out to everyone for being up tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to join Colorado or UC Health's Ready, Set, Co Challenge, click the link in show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/readysetco.
Hey, I know we're going to talk to the people. Do y'all want to do the Coach Price post game as the closer or before we do Super Chat? We can let
Oh,
that
I
run us
haven't-
out. It doesn't matter.
I'd like to hear it. I mean,
Yeah, let's play it before we do Super Chats.
All right.
But before we do that, I got to give a shout out to Toyota. I saw some concern in the chat about us getting home safely.
Yeah.
Allie is DD tonight.
Allie,
you're a
DD,
legend
she has
for
her
that,
feet
Allie.
up. She is chilling.
I got to say this because there's been people talking about this in the chat. No, it is not because she is pregnant. She is just.
She just verified. I'm looking at her eyes. She is not pregnant.
Well, I don't know if you'd be able to tell from their eyes, but
No, I saw the intensity in her eyes. She is not
Anyways,
pregnant.
that
She
was
has great boots
that
on.
came
though.
up again tonight. Anyways, she's my safe drive home, and she's gonna drive us home in our beautiful Toyota.
Safe Toyota.
And that means it's going to be smooth, it's going to be safe, it's going to be reliable.
Yeah.
There's going to be great features, whether that's the lane assist
Yeah.
or the cruise control.
To all the drivers out there in the sound of our voices who are watching this beautiful broadcast, I want you to think about something. When have you ever seen a Toyota on the side of the road?
Never. And that's why you got to go to one of your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe, and Centennial. Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
and
Pop
just one,
quiz time. Chris Evans, where's the Front Range? He failed.
one final shout out just to everyone who came to the tailgate and the Saucy Southern for
Yes,
catering because I mean it's the best barbecue I've had out
Saucy
here, man.
Southern, man. Shout out. And let me get a quick personal shout out to Denver Exotic Car Rental. They're over there in Golden, Colorado, and they hooked your boy up this weekend.
You were rolling in style.
Oh,
bro.
G-Wagon, like Post Malone says. They tried to give me and Evans a McLaren for the weekend. And I said, how the hell are we going to get out of it? Evans got in it. And I was like, we'll be driving like this. Like, you can't put two big boys in them. But, yeah, Denver Exotic Car Rental, man. Coach Prime uses them for his special guests when they come in. And I just sit them on the whim and said, hey, man, I got some people in town, and I want to be able to go to a tailgate.
You know who I saw walking into the game tonight?
Who's that?
Jonathan Albert Elway. That's John Elway.
Yeah.
Really?
Just like
Really?
regular guy walking in.
No
the rest
way.
of us.
As a fan, in the stands?
Time out a second. You know him better than anybody.
I don't think his name's Jonathan.
How-
Just John.
How did this not come ahead of the bathroom story?
Because the bathroom story was Larry Zimmer telling me from the heavens that we were going to win on a Hail Mary tonight.
I get it, but like you saw John Elway at the game. We always talk about people who are at the game, and you waited to now.
It was just that casual, man. I was in there with Coach K, who I saw in the chat.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's John Elway. And he was like, oh my God.
Chuck, did you know John Elway was here tonight? Would you have liked to know him before now? There we go.
I would have too. So yeah.
Like shit, John Elway, man.
Yes, exactly.
How do we not know this?
He knows a thing or two about crazy finishes to games, too.
Oh man. Okay, let's get to super chats. Yeah, let's do it.
Funky dope producer.
Okay, this is perfect. 21 of them. First one from East Coast Kev says, two people I don't bet against, Jesus Christ and Deion Sanders.
No!
Hate if you want. Shedeur Sanders is him. Put that Heisman at Travis's door right now.
Shout out Kev.
$20 super sticker from Big TZ says,
Big
hipper
TZ.
Big TZ in the house.
Hippo character flips around and does a V sign with his hand while the word victory appears in the background.
Yeah, okay.
It was this? That's the
Yeah.
V, or
No,
I was like this.
No, this is victory.
All right.
Okay.
Or that's victory formation at least.
Okay. All right.
All right, keep it rolling.
Coach K with the 99.99.
Oh my God.
Like you
Coach
mean
K.
1 penny from $100.99.99?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. He says, shout out DNVR and our bus, RK and Allie. Thank y'all for rocking with me all the way to Folsom this season. This is a season-making win. So happy to be here for the Classic. There was so much love in that stadium. What a time, Sco Buffs.
So shout out to Coach K, man. Ran into him at the tailgate. He came a little late.
You're not gonna tell me that's Duke's Coach K, are you? Because you just mentioned John Elway showed up. Like
No,
Okay, all
not Mike Krzyzewski.
I got you. All right.
Different Coach K entirely. He came a little late to the tailgate, so we ended up talking a while, and then I was like, hey, we're walking up. You want to come with us? So we walked up there, and he told me that he's been a Buffs fan since the 80s, but tonight was the first time he was ever in Folsom.
Oh man, what a night! He's gonna remember this forever.
I can't believe it, man. What a beautiful thing. And man, he was like, goosebumps as we were walking up the stairs to go.
I wish
in
we'd
there.
have seen him walking out, man. Like
I do too.
we got to get Coach K on the show next week. Get him a call in or something.
I do too. So congratulations, man. So happy you were there for that.
Yeah.
Original says, if the D coordinator can find a way to stop the QB runs, Colorado would have dominated in these games. Also, O-line is good, but too inconsistent.
So shout out to Coach Rob Livingston because he stood up before the team at halftime in the locker room and he said that 4th and 1, meaning the one they converted with the long QB run, he said, put that on me.
Yeah.
I called the wrong set. My bad. Now let's get back at it together. The coach talk. So we have a DC and a coaching staff. They own it. They understand I blew that call. I had everybody lined up wrong. So that one wasn't on the players.
JP's Revenge says, CU is the most exciting team in college football.
Without a doubt.
Agreed.
Super chat from Big TZ. Travis Hunter and Cam Simon Craig face on the bus after hashtag Alyssa's face first.
We need
You know what?
We've got all of those areas on the side of the bus that are just like open space.
Yeah.
We just need to put a player of the week
Yeah.
and maybe a member of our team of the week.
Yeah. Alyssa or Alyssa's toes first, I say. Toes are covered tonight, y'all.
Paul
OnlyFans
Days
for more.
says, will the postgame show be done before the bus has to leave to get to Orlando in time?
The bus is on its own.
Yeah.
Kenny Highway.
We'll talk more about that later.
Super chat from JC says, y'all ask these haters all week if that throw to Wester at 0 on the clock was video edited. Sco.
Yeah, darts only, baby.
Darts only.
Fat and Fly 206 $20 super chat says, my blood pressure was through the roof, but my parlay hit, so I'm gonna give the gang a piece of the winnings. Let's go.
Yeah,
Shout out
good-
to the parlay
Good
team.
team
Appreciate
win.
that.
Great teams cover. Buffs won and covered tonight.
Yes,
One of the
they
things
did.
we talked about, and I know this doesn't happen in college football betting per se, but we always look at the dynamics between the team's averages. And Baylor was rolling in here, holding people to 77 yards passing, and we knew damn well that wasn't going to
Yep.
happen. First half, I don't think we had 100 yards passing yet.
We did. 182.
180. Okay, what did Shedeur end up with? Almost close to 400.
He ended up with 341, but there was a
341.
large chunk of the game where Robertson was, if you looked at the stats, he was outplaying Shedeur.
Yeah. I was watching it on the screen, and they were up.
Yes.
But yeah, shout out to the stats. Jake is a stat man.
Super chat from Francois says, underrated part of the final two plays, Silman Craig making the touchdown saving tackle, then he directs Travis to the perfect spot in the final play. Incredible
Absolutely.
stuff from him tonight.
Which, if you were with us at the opening, I say God bless America and God bless Cameron Silman Craig.
Amen.
Because he
Can't
set
drown
that
a
up.
shark.
You could not drown a shark, not even in the rain.
Yep.
Alex Ungerman says, been critical of this team, but they have heart.
Yep.
That's big facts, man, and we'll probably have more time to talk about this later in the week, but it goes back to Coach Prime's emphasis this offseason about bonding the team together.
Yep. No phones in the cafeteria.
Another super chat from Big TZ says, just before the Hail Mary, Fox played the 94 Hail Mary. Goodness, I cannot talk tonight.
Oh, man. Shout out to
Legendary.
Fox. Hey, another shout out to Fox. Fox didn't do halftime today, so I had it to myself. Thank you, Fox, for not
nice.
showing up for that.
$100 super chat from
Jeez.
Brent
One penny
Massman
more.
has, hell yeah, we needed that so badly. I'm so happy for the team and all of us true long-time diehard fans. Wow, absolutely amazing.
Man,
Congrats,
amen.
y'all.
I'm happy for us.
Yep.
Peter Plummer says, had to move to Alaska for work this year, but getting this win makes it all worth it. Love this team. Sco.
Let's go.
Super chat from Ham Badge says, legendary, love the DNVR, the pregame team.
Legendary
You're legendary.
team. Could you pass that to Jake? There you go.
Next shot from PABWS. On the TD pass to Amari and Miller, Shedeur looked like that famous highlight when Randall Cunningham played the Bills and ducked Bruce Smith on a sack to throw a 95-yard touchdown
What a
to Fred.
callback.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a crazy part, again, that's going to be just underrated until you see the perfect picture of it. Dude must have been this close to knocking that ball out of Shedeur's hands before he threw it.
Yep.
Next super chat from Rev BJ Nelson says, Neely, Jake, and RK. 1, look up House of the Hope for E. Dewey Smith Church.
Yes.
2, do
Hell
y'all
yeah.
think we will run the ball on first down rather than second? If we pass on first, we throw on second usually.
Yeah, and I think there were some times tonight. So first of all, you're calling a play with the anticipation that it's going to work. Like, you're not calling a play for it to fail. And I think there were some times tonight where we had 2 running plays that put us behind the chains, which now they know we're going to pass on third down. And so I think situationally sometimes we got to shake some things up. So I feel what you're saying. And as far as House of Hope, shout out to E. Dewey Smith. Was here with the team all day yesterday and today, and is catching a red eye back to Atlanta tonight to preach his sermon. And he really poured in the team this weekend, and RK did not cuss at him this time.
Shout out Pastor Smith. I got to speak with him on the field before the game, and it was great talking to him, man.
Overly blessed and highly favored. Send me the link tomorrow.
You could Google that, man. Do something. like you've already agreed you're going to spend a little more time with the Lord. I said you ain't got to go to church, and now we got to send you the link. Like, you won't even Google the link?
I'll just forget.
Super chat from TV for $5. Thank you. Don Peasy says,
Don
Heisman
Peasy.
Hunter plus Tupac Shedeur equals legendary season. The Big 12 is prime for the taking. #SCO.
Perfect
Super
timing
chat.
for this. No pun intended. The man himself, Shedeur Sanders, Heisman candidate himself, tweeted out Travis Hunter for Heisman.
Yeah. I will say this, guys. You know I'm all aboard for Travis Hunter for Heisman, and have always maintained that those guys are focused on winning and not individual awards. And then I've always said the Heisman is known for not just giving it to the best football player that they should. They also has to be for a winning team. I'm telling you right now, whereas our goal is to keep winning, Travis keeps doing the shit he's doing. It don't damn matter what the record is. They got to give it to him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. This guy's the best player in college football, period.
TB with another $2 super chat. Thank you. Warren P. Super sticker. Video game control hobbles along unhappily with a broken arm.
Wait, dude, read
That's
that again.
wild.
Let me say again.
Interesting.
Video game controller hobbles along unhappily with a broken arm.
How does a video game controller have an arm? in
That
the
might be
front?
the first time that sentence has ever been
Yes.
written out.
Yes, 100%.
Jake hadn't had an edible. He doesn't. He got to.
JR Max says, great win tonight. Buffs put up 38 points and the offense wasn't even at its best. Says a lot about the true potential.
Yep.
Eddie Games, see you guys in Orlando.
See you there.
Ooh.
$2 super chat from DD Bus. And then another last one from Coach K for $50 says,
Hey.
appreciate RK for all the love and a great time. Appreciate you for making the day dope and letting me get on the RV. This is bucket list stuff, and you and Allie and Dre made it possible. Props always.
Coach K.
It's, I told Allie after we got done hanging out with Coach K, I was just like, I love this so much. Like, I just love going to the tailgate and getting to meet new people from different backgrounds, from different places. He's born in Jamaica, grew up in Brooklyn, became a Buffs fan with his dad, finally makes it out here for a game. Like, that type of stuff is the best part of this job to me, is like meeting real people, getting to have real connections with them, and then like thinking about the way that each person gets to experience something like what happened tonight in their own way. And like, as special as this was for me, something I'll remember forever, like that's his first game in Folsom.
Yeah, he's really going to remember it forever.
That's
I want to
so
give a
special.
shout out and plug too, man, to the tailgate crowd. Let's just, it is what it is, right? We're in Colorado. We're in Boulder. I think Boulder may be like 1%. You wouldn't know it from the tailgate. Like, it was United Colors of Benetton out there. People from all walks of life, all over the country. Met a guy from New York. Just people literally Indianapolis, who just said he's already got tickets to 4 games.
Yeah.
It was so many people that would just come in just because of love for Colorado football and the attraction, the magnetism, charisma of Deion Sanders. And they landed at that tailgate, and they all watch the platforms, and everybody was just so complimentary of the work we do together and the content. Much love to the crowd that was out there today.
We have the best support, fan base, whatever you want to call it in the world, man. I swear.
Absolutely.
We absolutely do.
It's an incredible thing.
Yeah.
So
Only downside was I didn't get a hot link. Alyssa had the hot link, and I didn't get one.
Dang.
Yeah.
Tough scene. The hot links were crazy.
Crazy.
Enjoy this one, guys. Truly. This is, if you were around for it in 94, I'll say twice in a lifetime. But once in a lifetime type stuff in the way that game ended.
Hey.
You never get stuff like this. And so soak it up, enjoy it, watch the replay 1,000 times, text your friends. I've got 31 unread texts right now, so I'll text my friends back in a second. Neely's got exactly 30. This is the type of stuff that we live for. This is the type of stuff
Jake
that
has
we
3.
How'd you know
we
that?
go through all of the hard stuff to have nights like tonight. So don't let this night end quickly. Have yourself a drink.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I got to
Buffs.
tell you this. Welcome to the Big 12.
Amen. Well, I've been here, but
Are we?
welcome to the Big 12 to you guys.
Thank you. Are we playing Coach Prime's?
Yeah. Coach Prime's
We'll go out on it.
speech to the team post-game also includes Rick George coming up on stage, which Coach Prime's giving him a game ball for believing, and the governor led the team in the fight
Oh,
song,
my
Let's
God.
go.
including Fuck 'em Up.
Let's go. Hey, while you're watching this, hit that like button. We love you guys. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
Hey guys, what I'm proud about is your resilience. Yes, sir. What I'm thankful for that you didn't give up. What I'm proud of is those coaches who never stopped believing, never stopped preparing, trying to make the perfect call to put you in position to make a play. And I'm just proud of y'all, man. You know I'm hard on you, you know I'm tough on you because I want you to come in, not just football players. But I'm proud of you. You grew today. You expanded today. You had growth today tremendously. Everything that never goes like you're gonna want it to in life. But to step through and pass those trials and tribulations, that was unbelievable. Where's Rick? Rick, come up here, man. This is Rick. Smitty, I lied. We got a game ball for Rick gets a game ball today. You know why he gets a game ball? Because he never stopped believing in us. Never. From day one, never stopped believing in us. Regardless of what's said, what's done, what's transpired, what's reported, he never stops believing in us. And we don't stop believing in y'all. I still feel like we got the right group of young men in here to win and win decisively. We gonna make up for our mistakes. We're not gonna do nothing stupid tonight, right? Yes, sir. No means no, right? No means no, right? Yes, Lord. No means no, right? Let's not get out there and do nothing crazy that would provoke the police to arrest you or to do something. Because you know if you get arrested or something like that, you know you're gone. All right, you know that off the rip. So guys, let's band together as a team. Let's support those. Let's support one another. Let's love one another. Let's be there for one another. And let's be thankful. There's a lot of things you shouldn't win in life that you don't, but a lot of things you don't supposed to win, but you do. Amen. I don't know which one was which today, but I am so darn thankful and proud of every last one of y'all. Guys, be good. We're going to work tomorrow. Y'all know that. Ain't nothing changed. Just because you won, ain't nothing changed. Okay, we're going to work tomorrow. 60% played. You got the day off, 60% in. You're going to work tomorrow. We good? Did we have any injuries up? Any injuries? Unfortunately. Jace. What happened? Looks like an ACL. Okay, well, we praying for Jace. Anybody else? Nobody? Everybody good? Everybody straight? Pretty Tony, come up and do what you do. Yeah. Oh. You're right. You can't. Where's the governor? Come on, governor.
Governor!
Hey,
Governor! You gotta sing that fight song! See you must win! Fight for victory! See you must know it.
We all silly like the mayor.